Hello, good morning everybody and welcome to Coaching Newsletter 6. Point two. I'm back in Spain, really enjoyed myself out there. I did miss the cut again, but only by one shot this time, and that was due to a 3-putt by both of me and my partner on the 17th green.
Oh my word.
But we did both of the 18th, so we got it back, but still
that
frustrating.
Problem leads to something that we have coming up that we're both going to be working on, certainly to help Alex with his golf. We have a putting clinic on the 10th of March. So we had, what did we do the last few days? We just had a wedge clinic.
Well, yes, we've just been through our wedge clinic. We've had that on Wednesday night, and that's your in-depth, you know, your knowledge to come in here to get a bit of info from TrackMan, to get you knowing what's going on with your wedges, what bounces, what grind is, what lofts we should be looking at, what launch conditions are good for wedge shots.
Exactly. So we taught the guys a few different types of shot, how to hit one high, medium, low, how we can create more spin, but also how we can get the perfect sort of strike. So we had some guys in that really struggled maybe a little bit with their angle of attack, so we sorted that out. It was a really good day. So if you are quite keen to join in on one of our clinics, our next one, like we say, is putting, which is the 10th of March, and then the 8th of April is our next free day of clinics, where we've got the 3 that we do have spaces on. So they're a good day, £30. You get a good hour and a half of me and Alex. We get you on TrackMan, we'll get you hitting some shots, but you also get a free sleeve of balls that we recommend that you will probably help you with your game.
That is perfect for all golfers, all abilities. For those of you either just starting and need a chipping technique, or those of you that really want to dial it in, that's what TrackMan's here for, that's what we're here for, so we've got everything for you on those days. Perfect.
Cool, so leads on to today. We are going to have a little mess with some Taylormade irons. So you'll have heard that we had the Callaway Rogue Day, it went superb, their product was flying, we've talked a little bit about that in the past, but today we're going to try Taylormade stuff. So I'm going to make up some irons for Alex. We're going to try the CGB, we're then going to try the M4 head, and then we're going to try the M3 head, just to show you what the different profile of heads do to ball flight and some of our numbers. So it can make a big influence. So we're going to try to keep with Alex's specs, so we're going to choose the same shaft. So Alex, we're going to give you KBS X-Flex, because you're a big boy who creates a lot of power with those big legs. So this is something that's about 130 grams. We give Alex 1 degree upright, which can play a little bit of our start line and also our strike. But the first head that we've got is MCGB. So this is one that is, well, Alex, you explain. What's this head for? Who would we give it to?
This is for golfers who struggle for strike, struggle for height, or struggle for power. This is your all singing, all dancing beefcake. Alright? It has got tungsten weights at the back to try and make it more forgiving, to try and help the launch. You've got speed slots all across it. It's like it's been attacked in a Kill Bill film.
Yes.
And then the loft is nice and strong to try and pop it out there. So I'm going to give this 3 shots now.
We'll get some numbers.
We'll get some numbers and then we'll show you this as we're going along. If I'm really good at the TrackMan data, we might even see it appear now in the top hand corner. Let's put myself under some pressure for later.
So something like this, a really clever invention. Taylormade brought out a few years back that has speed slots, like Alex just explained. So there are 2 slots that are on the face, one towards the toe, one towards the heel, and then there's one on the sole. And when you're hitting it like Alex is, oh my word, at 91 mile an hour, so he's got a lot of speed. But even for the guys that swing it maybe a little bit slower, when it collides with the golf ball, those pockets move and they make the face flex, so it can higher ball speed. So this is something that if you do struggle for strike and you strike one maybe off the toe or off the heel now and then, it can higher ball speed. With the highest ball speed, the ball keeps going further, so we can get away with quite a bit of a miss strike.
It was the invention from when they originally put the speed slot down the bottom, didn't they?
Yes, just the one pocket.
In the fairway woods, and the hybrids, wasn't it? And then they pushed their inventions further. And we're like, right, how can we get it to work for all of us? Right, last one.
So when you think of the technology that they had in drivers is limited almost in how quick they can make the ball come off the club face. So that's why these days they're looking into spin and launching it slightly different to get maximum. But in an iron, it's slightly different. So you're allowed the pockets, they can higher ball speed, there's no laws of that. Okay, so we've got some numbers with that one. Alex, I'll let you change the numbers. So we're going to go, next one is going to be M4 head.
M4, so slightly smaller head than last year's M2, which is really quite exciting. Because it's going to appeal to you know, a better golfer's eye. There's nothing to say that you should be using this, you should be using that. But in terms of visually, this golf club is going to look quite a bit smaller than the CGB and a little bit more playable. So again, it's going to be speed slot based. It's got some new technology, isn't it, called
Ripcore, isn't it?
Ripcore. Yeah, it sounds like something from a futuristic army. But what's it all about, Bobby?
Again, it's the same where they're trying to make the face flex more. Helps the ball come off quicker. So, see what this does to Alex's flight. So you should see some different numbers going to pop up on this one. Do you like the look of it?
I must admit, when I look down, the shape of it is very, very appealing. It looks very clean, it looks quite rounded. You know, it's not this big chunky spade, which personally I would have called the M2 a little bit last year. No offence, Taylormade, but I'm sure you're not watching our videos anyway.
You can see how easy it was for me to just quickly flick overhead. So we've gone from CGB to M4, we've kept the same shaft, kept the same lie angle, which is important for Alex because it can help him with his ball flight. But this is what we do in fitting. So if you are quite interested in looking into new clubs or you wanted to see what the new technology is about, this is how it works. We'll come through, we have a little bit more maybe control over what shaft, flex and weight of shaft you should use. But you'll have a big influence over what you like the look of, what you like the feel of, and then we can revert to some numbers to have a little look at how well it's performing. So it's a little bit of a mix. We don't want to just go for aesthetics.
No, it's not all about aesthetics. It's what the golfer needs. You know, it's not what the golfer wants, but it is what the golfer needs to get the best performance out of their golf. And that's the bit that we find really quite interesting. Right, M3, Bobby.
Okay, so now we're into the smallest of the three heads. It's meant to be a little bit more playable in the sense that you can shape shots. Go on, it'd be good if I could attach this one. That'd be good.
I mean, for me, when I just hit the M4 in comparison to the CGB felt like it was popping. It wanted to go high. So I felt myself, and this is just me. This isn't, you know, necessarily what's what. I felt myself feeling like to get my ball flight, I was having to manipulate a little bit. With the M4, I felt actually a little more comfortable that I could just swing it. I knew it was going to pop up a little bit higher. And that's something actually maybe some of you want to consider for like long irons.
Yeah.
You can have split sets. So you could say, well actually look, if I want more height, I really struggle with a 5 iron, 4 iron. Go for one of the more forgiving heads.
It's so wider, move the centre of gravity a little bit further from the face, helps you launch it higher. Makes it so much more forgiving.
Makes it fun.
So now we're into M3, which is the smallest head. Like I said, smaller or thinner top line, a little bit thinner sole. It's still got the pockets to help ball speed, but they aren't as engaged as the other two. So this one's set a little bit further back. It means it's not going to be as hot off the face. So for some of the guys that maybe feel more comfortable with striking it centrally, you're not going to want the flyer too much, where the ball comes off too quick and we can't really gauge the distance. As shown. We would have thought with this one might suit Alex's numbers a little bit better.
Yeah, I like the look of the head. Again, it's smaller, it's round, it's neat, it's tidy. It's something that I would consider in a long line, you know, because it's going to be nice and friendly, but it's still going to give me that performance that if I feel like I can shape it or want to shape it, I can.
It's noticeably different flight. So because it's thinner top line, thinner sole, it's going to be a little bit flatter flight compared to the other two, which had popped up quite a bit higher.
Definitely. Definitely for me, I can see that I'm getting that ball flight coming out a little bit lower, a little bit more penetrating.
So for someone like Alex, where he's not worrying too much about distance and he doesn't need as much help creating the speed, he can then start to choose flight a little bit more. So for the guys that are putting a lot more power in, this is a choice that he might be able to suit his eye a little bit better by bringing flight down. So we'll have a little peek at the numbers out.
Yeah, we'll have a little peek at the numbers and we'll see what goes on. So, shall we turn this camera around? Yes. Let you into the insights of what goes on at the Peterfield Golf Shop.
So you can see on this side is our dispersion, so our coloured rings, and here's our little key. So the white ones were the CGB, the yellow is the M4, and the pink is the M3. So pretty tight in terms of dispersion. We'd maybe say the M4 was the longest consistently out of the 3 shots.
And these were all 7 irons also. So
same shaft,
there won't be any difference. It's the same shaft, it's the same makeup. The only thing that has changed is the club head each time. There's no difference otherwise.
So if you look up on the right hand side, you'll see flights and like peak height. So we can start to see we're trying to look for still keeping some height, we don't want it too flat, and that is the CGB.
That's the CGB.
This is the M4, a little bit more consistent in flight, and then we can look through to M3, which is noticeably lower. So for Alex, he likes the view of something that's going to come out a little bit flatter flight, doesn't want to pop up too much, then makes it playable in all conditions for him.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And again, it is down to personal preference. It's down to what the golfer wants, and that's what a fitting's all about. You know, and that's what we're here for. The more golfers that we see who hit the golf ball, the more that we get to go to have a go with it, the more then we start to understand not just the marketing sales tools. You know, every year you hear some new stuff. This is what it's going to do. That's what it's going to do. We use fact. We use fact from fitting. Yeah, no.
Can't kid TrackMan.
No, you can't get it. So we get in here, we hit some shots, we see loads of people do it, and that's how we start to understand, and that's where our knowledge and experience comes from.
Well, this is it, like we had Taylormade today, so we just messed with 3 different types of Taylormade head. But then in here we've got Callaway, we've got Mizuno, we've got Strixon, Cleveland, Taylormade, Ping, Titleist, so we've got lots of options. So we have no allegiance just to one brand. You can come through if you said, oh, I just want to try Ping today, then we can go through the different types of Ping head. Or if you're quite open-minded, we can give you quite a selection of what we think is probably the best to give you the best numbers and best flight. We'll work together and see if we can help you improve your stats and your numbers.
Yeah, in next week's newsletter, we've got a really cool one set up for you. It is going to be about club fitting and how different shafts can have different effects for you. We're probably going to get the guys and girls involved from the shop, so it's not just going to be us every week. I know we're quite pretty, but you don't want to see us every day. So we're going to get them involved as well, so keep an eye out for that one. If they've got any questions, Robbie, where do
they can drop us a line at wetalkgolf@peterfieldgolf.co.uk or give us a call on 01603 740 979. So if you have any topics you'd like covered through the weeks, we are happy to help you out. So drop us an email or give us a call and we can set something up for you.
Yeah, we've had a few already, and we'll be keeping tabs on those for you, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.
Thanks for watching.
Ta-ra!